on the very end of it. It is like a very, very small one, though. You sure you don't remember installing it? Okay, fair enough. I'm not sure. Well, I'm not calling you a liar or anything. I remember it differently. Maybe someone else did do it. I don't know.
Yeah.
It's not that big a deal.
So.
But yeah, you've done a lot of sloping that looks amazing. So yeah, kudos for that.
This is annoying. So, damn, I'll have to go and throw out the sonar boy for a bit.
Yeah, I think it's probably going to be in the way for the moment, but yeah, we can put it somewhere else. That's not a big deal.
Yeah, and since it's triple one, I don't think you need that many of them, but that's just my subtle way of viewing airships.
Well, might need at least one of them. I don't know if it would need something as big as what was on there, but I like to have at least one sonar buoy on this thing.
Definitely, I'll be putting that on, but I just go for a twin launcher on the center line somewhere, instead of just dropping 3 boys in a single missile.
So how was you guys' weekend?
Relatively good, if tiring.
I mean, for me, this is kind of my weekend because it's my day off. Go figure, huh?
Okay, I'm rerouting the back engines just to make it a bit more efficient and get some space for the AI.
Yeah.
So expect weird and wonderful things to be happening.
I'm just let me know when you're doing your intro and. Yeah, you're not far from the truth there. Yeah, that sucks. Matey, weren't you working on some kind of missile gantry or something like that? Or you still need me to do that?
I need you to just drop the prefabs there since they have the missiles.
Well, I did make the prefab. I just saved the missiles themselves, so.
Ah.
Because I figured it'd be easier to do it that way.
Oh, then.
What? Ooh. Have you tried lowering your settings? Oh, okay. Good to know.
I think it's.
Yay! Hey Viking, what's up, man? Nothing bad, I promise. Something like that. Thanks. That's a joint effort, so no one can really take full credit for it. Pretty much, yeah.
I mean, there's a base idea of how it's supposed to look, but really we ventured a bit too far from that.
I think it looks amazing so far.
Kind of, but that was just a thought. It follows that line, but it has diverged since, and quite a lot since even I have changed my mind about some things. Things at present. And
Isn't there a Murphy's Law thing that says no plane survives contact with the enemy, something like that?
yeah, there is that one. That's I didn't know what Murphy's Law.
Yeah, I saw some of the stuff that he posted in Inner Defense Discord. It said like he wasn't too happy with the way things were going in the game.
I mean, for now, if he's willing to play, I'd still recommend 2.4.9, honestly.
Agreed. It's been kind of our oasis, for lack of a better term. What's up, Jaxia? It's just one damn thing after another, isn't it?
I'll add a wireless snooper to this thing since there's no better thing to put on it.
Wireless snoopers are amazing.
What do you like to do? Dual AI setup, or is a single one enough?
What do you mean dual?
That means there is this setup for.
Oh yeah.
Okay, you guys can hear me now. There we go.
I would like one a little bit.
In that case, this is just going to be the AI cores themselves, similar to how it's done on the theater actually, where you have the AI cores in a heavily armored box. He's tucked away somewhere.
Yeah, I think we've all done something similar to that at one point or another.
But it's a good description based on a design that most people either love or hate.
Yeah, that is
Me
true.
falling in the second category since it still has that many torpedoes. I just remember testing against it after the missile rework, and the only thing that was doing me in was the torpedoes, since they basically got a 500% buff.
Yeah, torpedoes are crazy powerful. I mean, you have something that can do potentially as much damage as a cram, but is way more accurate. I mean, the only downside of using torpedo is the ammo cost. At least that, in my opinion.
Well, I'll add something to that, mortar mode. But I shouldn't be talking about that, should I?
Well, we don't exactly have access to mortar mode here in 2.4.9, so there's that.
Thank that.
Sorry, your voice dropped out a little bit there. What were you saying, Macy?
Well, thank the Dark Ones for not having access to mortar crampons.
They're not that reliable, honestly.
What's your issue with them?
Yeah, they are not that reliable, but against ships, I've done my own testing, and despite the fact that I can tolerate their presence in the game, I still think that their turning capacity should be halved, so it's really just the tiny maneuvers. If if you maneuver heavily, you should still be able to avoid bloody cram. That's Nick's design and why he doesn't want to make them faster. So, I think using his arguments against that creation is something that's just.
Something happened again.
What, something wrong?
I just feel like Matey dropped off at the end, like he was trying to say something and then didn't.
No, I heard him just fine.
Okay, there's something going on.
Maybe
with
it's something
Discord
on.
as well,
Yeah, I was gonna say it's probably on your end.
Everything's on my end today. Anyway,
Yeah.
Please stand by.
yeah. I've got some comments to catch up on, I'm afraid. So, do you mind if I do that?
Go ahead.
Righty ho. Well, Jax here pointed out that they were hearing 3 voices, but no Iron Mark 3. So, yeah.
Wow.
I apparently didn't
It's
have
just
my
one
voice
thing
going
after another.
I know. And then the moment I fixed that, it said a wild iron has appeared in the chat. Catch it. So. Choice Viking says laser rangefinders are the only amazing detection parts. They are a very good detection part. I really like him, but I'm not sure what his definition of an amazing was right there. If I'm entirely honest.
Laser rangefinders are very good. Not gonna lie.
They're also realistic, for the most part.
They are that.
It's a shame
Existence,
that-
welcome to the chat.
Existence.
Hey, I think that it's a shame that we don't get proper stereoscopic rangefinders, just simulating that after every salvo. So the longer you look at the target, the more accurate you get. So laser rangefinder is good for immediate accuracy, and then you get the at least small coincidence rangefinder to get proper readings.
Right. The last thing is, Short Viking asks, can you introduce us to the players in the game since your voice was out before? Honestly, Viking, they could hear me just fine. It's just that the stream couldn't hear me. So that's why they were responding to some of the things I was actually saying. So, yeah. There we go. Now, is there anything that I missed because of all that kerfuffle? Or
Not
get
that
something
I'm
on the building?
aware of.
Weren't we talking about weekends or something?
Yes. Yes, we were, briefly. I asked how everyone's weekend was. Yeah.
Well, my weekend was pretty rubbish, so there we go. That answers that. Right. You said you wanted the AI moves?
Yes.
I've done the core section at the back, which means the thrusters will have to be moved at some point. I already moved the bottom ones.
Which was this?
On the back.
Oh, you mean the...
Are you talking about the faux
pitch
ones?
No. I was talking with the bottom ones on the very back of the ship, but apparently that had no effect on the stability of the ship, maybe making it even better. I'm taking credit for that, okay?
You've lost me, but okay, sure. Right.
I was like, sure, why not?
Oh, right. Sorry, Viking. Viking says he knows me, he knows Dama, but he doesn't know the third guy. The third guy is Matey. Technically the one in charge of this build. So, Matey, say hello to everyone.
I'm not doing that.
You're not doing that. Okay.
You haven't called me master.
Please. Oh, yeah. Please, oh master, please introduce yourself to those that gaze upon our almighty vessel.
Holy crap.
Alright. Sorry that was too good of an opportunity to miss Ion.
No, that's fine.
But, yeah. I'm the guy who somehow got in contact with Dama through Darko's Discord, so another person, most of you may not know since he stopped playing FTD, and, well, I haven't been building that much since I'm lazy and I don't tend to finish my designs, I'm a gunsmith, and usually I manage to start the theoretical and make it into practical things that that are efficient at the very least for a given task.
So how did this build get
Probably-
started then? I think that's probably something that Dama might know as well.
I think Dama was talking about trying to build an airship soon, so I just decided to go, hell, can I make a rando drawing that could technically work and be relatively well thought out in terms of FTD? Kind of happened.
I kind of came up with the weapon system. Matey came up with kind of the whole idea,
Yeah,
and we've been kind of been going off of that ever since.
I've had a similar idea going on ever since I got into airships again. After my first disastrous tries when I first bought the game, I didn't even think I have the blueprint for that, but it was like a 90k, basically a massive plane with naval AI.
For those interested, the original drawing blueprint is actually up on my stream right now.
Oh no, don't show that. No.
Yeah, that was the master
I-
blueprint that we're trying to follow ever since, basically.
Don't question it. That was done during like 5-minute break I had, so
But yeah, it's like it's stretched out slightly, but if you look at it, the top-down view is actually pretty close to what we've got here. So
I was just doing the
yeah.
top-down view since that's the thing that tends to change the least, honestly.
yeah, that's the blueprint I was given back in the first parts. So yeah,
Oh,
and
no,
then I
no.
just shaped the whole based on that, and we ran it with the overall shape at least from that my work. So yeah, there we go.
It looks bloody amazing. I'll have to do something with the top section, which I did. Hey, when I get enough time, I managed to make at least some changes.
You know, it concerns me that the roll thrusters are firing constantly.
I know we
Has been a thing.
yeah, we haven't been able to figure out as to why it does that yet. But that's been going on since like we've got this thing flying, I think.
Oh dear. Yeah, it's just I still blame the Daddy Blades, but I don't know. This entire thing is a bit of a mess in some ways. Too many cooks spoil the broth or something, isn't it? Except that in this case, Jack
Yeah,
is
I
saying the
think that
broth
was
is
the
pretty
conclusion
awesome.
that we came
So-
to on that.
Yeah, it's like we've had a bunch of people working on the same systems throughout this behemoth, and it's we got a few wires crossed in there somewhere. We're not exactly sure where, and we've not been able to find where either. So
I'll take a look at the center of mass actually, because
I'm sure
Wow.
it's shifted a few times.
we've been building in symmetry mode though, haven't we? Well, when we
Yes.
don't forget about it, so that shouldn't be too bad.
Well, I tried to.
I'll just take a look at this.
Anyway, let's see. There's some more stuff here. Is Distant says hashtag make Earth the new Mars. We are well on our way to that, yes. Viking says that he's just been working on armor shaping skills since he can't build any components. I've been trying to work a bit on my armor lately because I've more or less given up on shields in the current version. So, you know.
Can't say I blame ya.
Yeah, well, last time I tried something similar, I was actually working with Dama on his Dreadnought, which we still have to finish at some point.
Yeah, I keep forgetting about that damn thing.
I mean, the armor is strong enough to resist a 2-meter cram, so what more do you want? But
It must resist 3
The
meter
skulls
cram,
of my enemies,
course.
that's what I want.
what were you saying there?
It must resist
So
a
I
3
want
meter
the
cram.
skulls of my enemies?
I'm talking about Ion since I couldn't hear him proper both
Oh, okay.
times. So if you could repeat that.
No, just one-upmanship, don't mind me.
said something about existence.
Yeah, Existence said that the hashtag Mars will... Oh wait, more hashtags. Earth has said... Existence has said, make Earth the new Mars. Also, hashtag Martians will rise and hashtag Martian Opposition 2020.
Martian Congressional Republic Navy. Oh, I love the Expanse.
I keep meaning
Anyways,
to watch that. But I keep forgetting.
You should, definitely. I mean, I've read the books, even though they are in Czech, but they are absolutely amazing. Also, yes, the center of mass, I just try to find it. It's...
Well, that's the problem. We've got a really dense craft as well.
But
Center of mass.
it's centerline. It's absolutely central.
Yeah, it's centralized.
So
there's something in the forces that's going wrong.
Yeah, I think it's a badly set up thruster or two, but the center of mass just keeps hovering around the point, like maybe 0.1 blocks around it. So there is something going on, but I can't quite figure out what.
Sorry for being slow to get to you for this one, but hello there, Tux. Welcome to the stream. I wasn't ignoring you, honest. I just hate interrupting people when they're talking, so yeah, that's kind of how I am, unfortunately. Sorry about that. Viking's got a bunch of stuff to say, actually. Viking laughed and then said that he's got at least 100 hours drawing ships on paper, so you know, he doesn't look down on you at all.
Finally, we're the opponent. Finally, we're the opponent.
Oh, is that how you're playing this? Okay.
I mean, most of my theoretical designs are usually drawn up at boarding class, so I just try to think, how could a cool ship look, and still.
That's fair. I got boarding class so much.
I got boarding class, so have a new heavy cruiser.
Fair enough. He goes on to say, top down and side views are all you need. Now his guess is that mass is making the body twist as it yaws, so making it oscillate, but that's a random guess. We are turning a little bit, but yeah, the question, what turning thrust do we have, honestly? Because I don't recall
we've got a few here, there, about.
That would actually be correct, but that doesn't explain it firing all the thrusters at once, since
it's constantly trying to roll to the right.
So that can't be it.
But something's up, but
I mean, it still works. So I propose we leave it and never talk about it and just say the shit on it.
So bury your head in the sand and hope it goes away.
Eventually it will go away with the worst
He said
case.
it, not me.
Worst case, I'm just going to purchase holy lubricant from Adeptus Mechanicus and say the rates of the Omnisire once more.
So make sure the craft is
Maybe
appropriately fumigated. Got it. Oh.
This thing keeps doing that. We'll just throw it in the ocean, and then as we are...
Make sure it's properly cleansed. Yeah.
Yeah, and then as we are raising it back up, we'll just be chanting Holy Omnisire. Heal
we could
thy
just,
wounded servant.
Take a big massive fuel tanks and just detonate it over the top of it, and that way we can see that we've covered it in oil.
There is actually some instability on the turning. We've got nose only turning, and it is slightly higher up than the center of gravity, but that is not enough to correspond to what's happening with the roll control thrusters. So yeah, the craft is too massive for that to really be throwing the craft around very much at all. Oh dear.
And I think the missiles have probably been done quite well. At least bottom dropping ones.
Actually, I was considering making some kind of bay door that opened to release them, but I don't know.
What are we talking about now?
That's a lot of mechanical issues that you'll be facing.
I was thinking of having some kind of mechanical door that opened for the missile bay here in the front. Or, well, not the front, more like towards the bottom.
Oh, that one that's mounted high up under. No wait, that's the ammo racks. Where are you talking about? Oh.
It's like right behind the spam guns.
Oh, I see it. Yeah, I lost track of it because you built so much armor around it. But why is that? Is that like meant to like drop them out of the bottom of the craft and
Yes.
then fire?
Yes.
We're going
That
with the
was
cool.
Heitzmeister's original idea for it, and I copied and pasted the missiles into there.
Recess kind of high in the hole for that, isn't it?
He
What
got
the-
it to work.
I mean, we got.
Yeah, but it didn't have this armor around it when he got it to work.
We're going with
Yeah,
the
it
rule
did.
of cool idea here, and there is more than enough armor, and even if it were to explode, let's be honest, that much space is going to probably absorb most of the effects of the explosion. Plus, there is a lot of single twin layer metal it can eat through.
Sorry guys, my chat is very active again. Can I play catch up again, please?
Absolutely.
I'm about 6 or 7 minutes behind.
But just this once.
Oh. You heard him, guys. If you want to say anything in the chat, say it now. You won't get a chance later. Let's see, because we've actually got Geo in here.
Oh, hey, Geo.
Geo says that he's in here. He was here earlier, but Dama doesn't read his chat. So he was in your stream first, Dama.
Really? Because I haven't seen like anything from anyone pop up in my chat like at all.
Either that or he means the Discord.
Oh, probably the Discord, yeah. It's showing that there's like 4 people watching it right now, but there's like nothing going on in the chat for this, so...
Viking said something about center of mass. Make the thing go full your turn and see if it tries to roll over. Fair point.
Never mind. I see it. Sorry, guys. I don't know why, but my phone was not displaying what all you were saying in chat. I am so sorry about that.
Okay, I'll get to the main control room here. Did I ever configure the things for advanced control setup? I don't think I did.
No, I don't think you have. I think I might have started on it.
Oh wait, no, there are some settings for advanced control. Okay, let's see.
Yeah.
Full turn. Huh. Something is very wrong here. I am pressing.
How so?
I was only pressing the key to turn right, and it decided to go forward.
What?
Yeah, it shouldn't have done that.
Advanced-
Something's
Well-
wrong.
That's advanced controls for you.
No, it's something
I
somewhere
might
hasn't
have
been set
fudged
up
something,
properly.
I guess. I don't know.
Oh dear. Well, now I know what I'm doing for a while. Gee. Oh, that was the sound of the
Oh no,
big thrust.
that's
Let's see.
almost louder than hearing the launch of a bloody
Viking says he
rocket.
stopped caring about centre of mass years ago, apparently. Jackson says one of the builders is too heavy. Throw one in the water to bounce the ship. So, which builder are we throwing overboard to help the ship bounce properly?
You said it, you go first.
No, I didn't. Jaxie said it, but Jaxie's not here.
Yeah, you read the comments, you go first.
I can't. I'm checking the control room. It's too important. Also,
Dama, do you have the
Why
grenade
is it-
launcher?
why is
I
it-
think it's time to throw
Hey!
it out properly.
well, to be fair, I am the lowest in the authority chain here, I suppose. But I'm just the guy who makes the armor. What was that? Yeah. You see what I mean about that?
I'm testing missiles, and they're not working as planned.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Actually, I'm very, very nervous right now about the whole damn thing blowing up, so I'm going to save it real quick.
Yeah, that's what I was meaning when I said about firing the armor. Because if Hertz got it working while the armor was there, I'm guessing he did it while the ship was stationary rather than moving. So, you know, that'll be a bit of an issue.
Some of the ejectors, so I'd recommend just moving them out down 2 blocks, just a missile in Innards themselves.
Oh, hell.
Boom.
Yeah,
Oh,
I was
now-
waiting for that.
Damn it, is there a reason you were setting things up for up, down, left, right control?
I don't recall, no. Why?
Because that's what
Oh,
seems to
no,
be said
no,
on
I
a whole
was just
bunch
doing
of
that
stuff.
for simplicity. The keys, just so I can
Oh,
remember
yeah,
what goes where.
yeah.
Oh,
Dama,
do
What?
you use...
once that repairs, just move the missiles down 2 blocks. I think that should fix most of the issues.
Okay.
Since I've also been working on that, so the missile has very little space to just drop down, but
Mm.
it also means you get a little bit more space to potentially put ejectors on. I'll just have to take that one.
They had ejectors.
Oh yeah, I removed them probably. I'm stupid. As I was preparing to actually reforge the whole thing. So
Okay.
I was preparing to just box down, and that may have been the main issue there.
Yeah.
Okay, let's see. Geo's asking if the ship is actually an ISD clone.
What?
Imperial Star
IS
Destroyer.
No. The closest I think we would get would be something from Halo because of that giant spinal gun, but then again, Halo doesn't use
Actually,
laser.
it
on your missiles.
reminds me almost of the Terran battle cruiser in a lot of ways. I mean, I don't think I could call the laser on this thing a Yamato gun.
We don't have the distinctive hammerhead prow that's usually featured on those ships either.
That is true.
And we definitely
That
don't
is
have a Yamato cannon, so there is that too.
May I have the Yamato somewhere? I think I should probably work on that next.
Yeah. Let's see. The Viking also says, are those big thrusters possibly sharing the pitch with pitch to help control the altitude? Those big thrusters are actually for show, Viking. You probably see that now because I'm working with armor stripped off at the moment. But those big thrusters are purely decorational.
Ironclad.
What? Sorry, could you repeat that please, Dama? You cut out. Dama? Oh dear.
And I don't know if you can hear
I heard you then.
me, but you're breaking up.
Okay, so my apologies guys.
Yeah.
It seems like something's up with my Discord. Though actually, it might be my net in general, because at that point, when you started stuttering in Discord, my stream frame rate tanked as well.
Would
Yes.
you just suggest you
Okay.
move the connector itself for this to work? You'll see soon. You just need to move this thing. That? No, that will not work. Oh, this thing. Good, now it should, technically speaking, already work. I just need to.
Let's see here. Well, the ejection azimuth was wrong. It's showing 0. I think it needs to go -90.
Okay, I think it's stable again now. Yeah, if you didn't catch me
Also-
saying that, I think it's something to do with my connection,
Ugh,
as near as I can tell.
good. Let's see here. And I think the guidance needs a delay, probably. Like maybe 3 seconds.
Yeah, there was a delay on that actually. So, one of the things I was wondering, there is only a single fuel tank.
I don't know. I didn't design these. Heitzmeister did.
Because that leaves you with 20 seconds of thrust on a 40-second miss on a 40-second lifetime missile.
We can take one of these explosive warheads and change them to fuel oil, so that should fix it.
I would rather just stick with the amount of explosive we have and make it just that little bit longer. But that depends on you. If Heitzmeister decides to show up, we will ask him. Because there is more than enough space in the back, and we could just leave one or maybe even two spaces behind it to potentially upgrade them later on. So I think for now we leave this section as is, after getting the missiles working. And
you guys mind if I do another test fire to see if they drop?
Sure, go ahead. What's the worst that can happen? We blow up, so...
Yeah. That happened before and we got by okay, so...
By the way,
that's another random explosion.
When you were disappearing from my voice, Existence did a snake rip-off, just so you know. So...
Okay, that
Dama?
seems to
Dama?
work correctly.
Dama!
What? What?
That was Existence when you were disappeared from my voice chats.
Oh, okay.
Ago. I just wanted to share that.
Oh, that's what Existence was saying. Oh,
Yes. That is what Existence was saying.
yeah. I don't know what was with my phone there, guys. I was using it to try to track what was going on in chat, but I didn't see anything pop up in chat, so I went back and refreshed it. Now I can see what all you guys were talking about, so I'm really sorry about that. I don't...
You may have this thing, but I don't care. There's 4 layers of metal on the bottom above the missile, so if something goes wrong, we're not blowing up anytime soon.
Well, you say that,
But I think the missiles are working correctly now.
Yeah.
They definitely seem like that.
let's see. Viking said Sword in the Stars. Awesome game, but I think he might be referring to the overall style of the ship or something. I'm not entirely sure.
Could be.
I want to play that game
Is it
again
just
now.
me, or does the front of the ship seem to kind of be pitching upwards?
It is confirmed. Is it like a 5 or 6 degree angle? I think.
Like maybe 5-10 degrees. It seems to be. No, the nose is pitching up on it.
Well, I know some underside pitch control thrusters were stripped out when Matey was putting heavy armor in the back of it.
It's slightly pitching up actually.
Yeah. So I think Matey took out some thrusters and didn't replace them.
That should actually be that issue in its full, which means that I will be looking into it. I will be looking into just installing some small forward thrusters to help the pitching, but I definitely won't mind if you add.
If what's added?
If you add some more of them, so.
Okay. Fair enough. Geo is saying, man, this makes me want to do a multiplayer build again. Then Viking agrees, saying, right, I get tired of building everything a big ship needs, especially when some people like to do stuff that he hates.
I don't know how I should respond to that.
No, it's
I mean,
a
is
fair
he talking
assessment.
about this build in particular?
Multiplayer builds in general.
Oh,
It's a completely fair assessment, actually. It's like some people are specialised in doing certain things, and others just don't like doing that thing. So it's entirely fair. And I can see exactly where he's coming from with that too. Also, we got sidetracked before. I could mention it earlier,
That tends to happen a lot.
Yeah, you said you switched things down to. Why are the? What the? Okay, there's some mis-setting here in the some of the attitude control thrusters. Right. You said you use up, down, left, right because it's simpler, because of simplicity in terms of control.
Yeah, just so I would know what was what, and that's pretty much the only reason why I did it that way.
Do you ever use the regular controller for your vehicles?
What do you mean regular controller? Could
The
you
regular
be...
control goes U, J, H, and K.
Oh yeah, I've done that. It just... It's just easier for me to visualize what to do. What if I use the direction buttons? So that's why I did it that way.
Fair enough, that, yeah. And I
There's no
automatically
right or
configure
wrong way
U, J,
to
H,
do
K.
it. I mean,
There
that's
is no
just
right
the
or
way I
wrong
did it. Yeah.
That's completely true. Ah, I see. These top-mounted thrusters were contaminated by the spread all command.
That would make sense. That tends to happen a lot in builds.
Yeah, well, it's usually when thrusters are
when you
placed too
rely on
close together.
thrusters to keep...
But yeah, especially when you rely on thrusters.
Were we talking about some kind of a sensor mast on this thing at one point?
Well, if I remember last week, you were talking about drones.
Well, Matey was. I don't remember what the hell I was talking about.
Do we ever remember what we're talking about?
Not really.
I mean, with the drones, I was just saying that there is a nice flying off deck that could be done, but
we still could do that battle carrier sometime, like we.
yeah, I have good guns, but maybe slightly bigger than you would like, and well, I can make it again quite quickly if need be.
Okay, that's...
Which only gets easier with time, since you'll have more guns to refit into your perfect gun. Which is a motivation for those people who want to get into gun dressing. But it will eat your time.
Yeah, that I have no doubt. Hey, what's up, Normal? Glad to see you're in there.
Normal.
He says,
Welcome
hi,
to the
top pusher jets are active only on one side. Yeah, we're trying to figure out what's going on with that.
And honestly, we haven't got a clue. So...
we're just kind of figuring it out as we go, more or less, right now.
Okay, I think I'm almost done with the navigation thrusters, so I should have got them all set up to respond. Apparently I've misconfigured a couple of them. Hang on.
Happens to the best of us.
Oh, I know what I did. Ah. Forgot to swap some settings. Okay, that's that one.
So, question, did you guys get the Super Bowl in your countries?
I don't think America qualifies for a proper definition of football.
No, I'm just curious because the Super Bowl was last night, and I was just curious if it got broadcasted to your guys' country. So
no,
okay,
so it's not that much of a thing out.
Did someone just lock this, perhaps?
Not me.
It might have been me, but
Yeah, you did.
I unlocked it, since you can actually do that without even...
Yeah, I just wasn't sure because I was
Having
fine
locked.
thrusting, it was moving back and forwards, and then it couldn't turn suddenly for some reason. But yeah, it's yeah. Okay, all
I
thrusters are
mean,
balanced right now. Well, the
I
movement
could
thrusters at
probably
least.
qualify American football as more as hand egg, and that's coming from somebody who has been playing rugby for quite a while. Had been. Since it's quite similar, but then again, it's No. I did not enjoy the prospect of that game. For some reason.
I never could get into it myself, but my wife is like a huge Kansas City Chiefs fan, and they won last night, so yeah, she was a little cray-cray, not gonna lie, but good for her.
Let me pull it in really quick. Thank you, Viking. Viking has sent a little drone earlier. That's he's not sure if it'll work on this version of the game, but it's apparently the latest plane he ever worked on. Mothership based, battery powered. So he's not sure if it would work well with our craft, but I think it's worth a try.
Ion?
Yes.
We are losing power at a worrying rate, so I'm just trying to keep this in the air.
I wasn't controlling anything just then.
Yeah, I wasn't doing anything with the power either.
But for some reason the craft seems to now at least have basically zero upward thrust, which is not exactly ideal.
Well, you think I set the top thrusters to do something? I'm guessing.
For
Because
some reason,
I didn't. I just
every
went to
once
check the
in a
setting.
while it sort of falls down. I think there's too many roll thrusters at the bottom and not enough of them are firing.
Actually, the roll
Quite
thrusters
possibly.
are axis balanced. Roll thrusters are
Yeah,
axis balanced, so it's wasn't those.
Yeah, but I'm thinking of turning everything on the bottom into just pusher thrusters.
Would definitely help. We might. Oh, it's happening again.
I think it's when it tries to roll to the right or left.
It's constantly trying to roll to the right. That hasn't changed, so.
Now it's definitely suffering from lack of power at the back, though. So
yeah, well that's not helped by those thrusters you tore out at the start, but I'm going to install some new thrusters at the back there. So.
Just rip out the entire bottom section of the engines. I think
It doesn't help that the heavy armor is a lot heavier, so. Yeah, I know, shocker, but I think that might be part of the issue.
I'm almost thinking just tearing out the entire bottom section of just adding a third layer of the engines on the back. Yeah, once it starts rolling, the left side starts going down, then basically everything loses power for a while. So I'm almost thinking just making the third section of the engines, as I've been arguing for the whole time, but.
Well, I don't know what you've been arguing for the whole time, because I'm missing some context here.
Yeah, I'm not quite sure what you're going on about there. Maybe could you elaborate, please?
Since the bottom section is going to actually be relatively large of the action, so I've just put the outline there of how the back section is, and I think that having some thrust at the bottom could help, but I don't know how you want to do that.
Well, I think I just fixed it with a new thruster bank at the back, so.
Yeah, that thruster bank will have to be moved at some point, but
Well,
I think we have the general outline of the ship done.
Alright,
If you're going with those sensor masts, I may as well.
yeah, it seems to be. It's actually hovering at a much higher altitude now that I've installed those back thrusters.
Yeah, it has enough power to keep itself upright.
Yeah, so I think part of it was as we continued to build it up, we weren't adding more vertical thrust to it. So. Oh, and my stream has gone into a slideshow again. Hooray! God damn it.
Let's see here. There we go. I don't really know if this is meant to be like a sensor master, not me. It's just kind of a point to put a LAM system at first when I thought of it, but
Yeah, I think we can do that differently, since there is not a real need to have a massive sensor mast, since we'll be able to do them redundantly, especially on the bottom where I'm working on them now. Now that I saw you doing that.
Yeah, sorry, Normal. Let's see. Normal says, aren't the top pitch thrusters fighting for control? Top pitch thrusters? Not really, that's a pitch only. Well, the pitch ones are anyway. But he also said my video became really laggy, Dama's didn't. But then mine's suddenly better again. So yeah, that seems to be going on all stream so far. It's not my computer. My computer was actually running just fine throughout, but for some reason my stream
it's
just
probably your
keeps
connection.
dropping. Yeah, it's something to do with connection. It is really wet weather out there at the moment, so that might be doing something to it. But
yeah, I
I'm
think
not sure.
it's packet loss together with, if it's bad weather, then probably a lot of people are using the net. So
yeah, it's really bad weather outside for me right now.
What ISP do you have? I've heard some bad things about British ISPs, so...
Actually I'm with BT and they've been really solid, so I've been with them for a while.
Then that isn't it.
There are some random ones, but yeah, normally my connection is really solid, it's just every so often this happens, but it's very rare, honestly.
Okay.
So my first thought would be my computer's choking again.
We're kind of shoehorned into ours because since we're renting, the landlord sees fit on who we go for as far as ISP. So.
Oh,
I mean,
hang on. OBS is saying it missed 98% of frames 2 minutes ago.
That kind of sucks,
So
yeah.
OBS was choking for some reason. What?
Interesting.
Very interesting.
So I added a couple of sensor pods at the bottom. If you take a look, Dama.
Hold on.
And I put them in such a position as to counter most of the...
Oh, okay, I see it. Took me a moment to find them.
Okay. Normal, you're saying the main thing you're seeing is the top thrusters that are pushing down. So I'm guessing you mean these two banks of thrusters on top in the center. Those are the roll thrusters I mentioned earlier, and as I said, they are actually balanced, so there's actually sets underneath as well on the outer edges. So you can see there's the other one just on the ship's left side there, also firing. So it's actually stabilized around that axis when it's trying to roll, and that's not pushing it downwards.
So there, just to explain what I did, if you ever feel the need to inspect that, I have just set the IR cameras with the 40 frames a second detection rate, so probably think that will be used for the laser to channel 2 and then I used channel 1 for the more standard gun range finding, which actually helps because you want to track different targets with different AIs. So I did that to force an AI to have at least some sort of good detection, since otherwise they may be tracking the same target, and that little annoying flyer that you want to target with the laser doesn't have any proper trackers looking at it.
Guys, I'm going to spawn in Viking's drone now, if that's okay with you.
Okay. No, that's perfectly
it's only
fine.
like 4,200 resources. So let's see if it works in this version of the game. Okay. It seems to be trying to do something.
say you're lucky enough to not be hearing my game since the audio is struggling quite a bit.
Yeah, that's probably from
that's
within the large
interesting.
thrusters. Yes, it seems to be
And
flying okay. No one's asking how are my CPU and video card temperatures? I have no idea.
I'm assuming this is on a swivel head? Yep.
Yeah, it's a swivel-mounted simple laser turret. It's a ball
Very
turret, I
clever.
think.
Yeah, it is a ball turret.
Do I have an AMD computer? I don't think so. I know my graphics card is a NVIDIA, but I think the processor is a Pentium.
It almost kind of looks like a duck.
Yeah, I was thinking that.
Yeah, something like this would make a decent light interceptor now that I'm thinking about it.
Hmm.
So, I'm guessing Dama's stealing this and making his own version.
Quite likely, I think. Dama does like to appropriate technology.
I'll give it some thought. But thanks for showing that to us, Viking. That's actually a very interesting design there, what you did with the front. I like it. I've been looking for a similar way to do a ball turret like that.
I mean, you can always use light blocks and just have it in the middle of the whole thing, similar to how it's done on one of the regular light things.
Yeah, swapping out for the light block, it would allow the turret to have a bit more armor, but it would also reduce the aerodynamics of the craft, because I don't know if you spotted it, but the front bit is actually a wedge, not a...
No, I saw it.
Yeah, not a pillar. So it would actually slow the craft down a bit. Most likely. Though, actually, with those two bits on either side of it, that might be cancelling out the benefit of having a wedge at the front.
Maybe.
Because that tends to happen.
Yeah.
So, actually that wedge might not be of any benefit at all. But I think this thing is probably in low power mode because there's no targets around.
Quite possibly.
This is actually a very compact little ship.
Yeah.
So, I placed some thruster housing at the back. Housing at the back. If you'd like to take a look at those. Hang on. Does that have
So
to
houses at the
leave?
back? Yeah, sure. Give me a second. Just looking over the insides here. We've got basic resource storage, battery system, PID stabilizers. This thing's meant to get its targeting data from a mothership craft, but yeah, this is a nice little thing. Better than my little drone that I tried to make recently, if I'm honest. At least I think it is. I'll spawn that in for a comparison, actually. Where did I put that? Technically, it's my fourth plane hull, this one.
Yeah, you seem like you're picking up on doing aircraft well enough.
I know, yeah. It's like I've not been able to do it for so long, and then suddenly it's like, click.
It's like a light bulb comes on, huh?
Yeah. So there's the same with lasers, honestly, and railguns. Yeah, this is the one. Mine's more expensive.
Oh, that thing.
No, this is brand new.
Oh.
As you can see, it's just like
If I can hop on it so I could see. Okay.
press C, you access the build from there.
Very interesting, Han.
But yeah, that's
It's
the
very nippy.
that's my attempt at a little drone. Yeah, it's very fast. It's also meant to be like mothership guided. I'll lock it down, but
And it just runs on batteries?
yeah, it's purely battery powered.
Okay.
It's also got a built-in signal jammer as well, but it can't run very long without a mothership, so less endurance.
Of course.
But its armament is, well, as you can see, it's like an entire rack of missiles, which it just lobs willy-nilly at the target as it circles around like an idiot. So that was my attempt to drone.
Do you have any issues with them colliding or that, or?
Not really. I've not really spawned many, but as you can see, it's all over the place anyway, so odds of collision aren't that high. And it stays a fair distance from whatever it's shooting at as well.
Where's your
I think I'll have
Where's
to
your
go for
detection?
now.
Okay.
Again, it's like a drone. It's meant to draw detection from its controlling crafts. But it's
Gotcha.
already short of power, even though it's not been spawned in very long. So it needs a constant power supply and ammo supply to maintain fire. It's going to ditch any moment now, honestly.
I'll just draw attention to the extra tester things that I've been adding in. So
Okay.
I think.
Whoa,
this
that is a
final
huge bank of
shape.
thrusters. Yeah, we're getting close to a final shape here, boys.
Yep, that was the
I'm-
last cast.
we're
My
almost
drone
down
is
to
ditching
it.
in the water now. Bye, drone.
So, anyways, I'll see you all later.
Oh, you're
All right,
going
thanks
now.
for dropping by, matey.
Wait, what was this bank of thrusters you put in, matey?
I didn't put in a bank of thrusters. I just put in some housings for them
Where?
at the bottom. You'll see it if you look.
Oh, wait, what kind of thrusters were you thinking there?
I think he was talking about installing huge jet engines for him.
No. Immediate veto, no.
Well, what's wrong?
They would deafen us.
No, not those. Not the custom jet engines.
Oh, huge jets? Okay, that's fine. Sorry.
I was like, no, we're not trying to get ear rape.
We are not trying to make this thing consume the whole of Nitre's oil in 5 minutes either. So,
Though, in all fairness, there are a couple of campaign designs that do rely on that, but...
Scorpion? No, but Scorpion is
No, not the
extremely
Scorpion.
inefficient. It's extremely inefficient either way. Cobalt, though.
Yeah, I was talking about like the Cobalt. I think there's one or two Scarlet Dawn designs that do.
Yeah, quite a lot. So, well, see you later.
I'll see you
Alright,
later,
take care, matey. I'm guessing these thrusters here on the bottom that I just installed, do they need to be like
We didn't.
pitch or roll or what?
Well, mate didn't get around telling us what he was thinking, but if we're replacing that bank at the back, then ideally we want them to be lifts, actually.
Okay.
Because
So,
this is
pusher
below
preset.
the rear mass. So yeah, pusher presets. And
Okay.
I'll tear out that extra bank I installed at the back, and we'll see how it does.
It looks like you already got the pusher preset on the other one.
Yep.
That actually looks pretty good.
Altitude is stable, so that's okay. Honestly, we're not really using the pitch at all at the back there, so I think we'll be fine without these underside thrusters for that.
Okay.
For the most part, we can install a couple back later. I mean, we've got the ones pushing down on top of it anyway for that as well. Viking. Oh, my thing's going haywire again. Oh, damn it.
Giggity.
OBS, are you the problem? Yes, OBS, you are saying that you are the problem. So something somewhere is going very wrong.
Do you need to take a moment to restart OBS?
Well, it's not normally like this, but sometimes it just, I think, depends on the load on my CPU. And the CPU is my weak point as far as this computer's concerned. So...
Yeah, that's probably the thing I need to upgrade next if I decide to do another upgrade in the future here.
The fun thing is, as far as I can tell, even when it's lagging, my voice is going through okay.
Yeah, your
my
voice is...
voices are fine.
It's better now. It was like really choppy earlier.
No, I mean on the stream.
Oh. Okay.
So yeah, you guys on stream can hear me. I'm sorry for this, but yeah. Something is not agreeing with things today. And I don't know what. Let's see. Normal thinks that Viking's little flyer is cute. So, there we go.
Yeah, it's an interesting little flyer.
Yeah, it's little duck-headed thing. Where has it gone? I think it's ditched in the water, hasn't it?
Quite possibly.
Yeah, it has. They both run out of power and ditched now because we weren't gracious enough to give them actual power to stay in the air. So they're both in the water. Let's see. Viking says the turret should be able to run without restrictions, but didn't check if the turret had them on when he sub-objected it.
Mm-hmm.
He also doesn't know why it's flying at low speed. I think I can answer that one. If it's got a default air AI, then it is
Yeah.
set to... It cuts power if there's no enemies.
I think it does like 50% power if there's no enemies.
No, by default
I
it's
don't-
10%.
Oh, shit. Yeah, that's crap.
Yeah, here we go. Idle
That's a
thrust.
problem that I run into a lot of designs too. Is when I'm building aircraft, is that I always have to increase that amount of power that they get when it's an idle. So
Yeah, here it is. Under the maneuver settings, idle thrust is set to 10%, so that's why it was running on low power. I mean, my third fighter hull actually had an issue with this, and it won't stay in the air unless it's got like 40% power. Because below that it just ditches. But honestly, it's not too bad running at 40%, it's just it can't stay in the air because it's a bit too unstable. The ship is too big for my CPU? It's getting there. There's a bit too much going on with it. This is more than I would be comfortable trying to build while streaming or recording. But I signed up for it, so I'm kind of here trying to do it. So, yeah. It's a thing. And honestly, most of the time my computer's okay with it. It's just every so often it seems to choke. Which is fun.
we still have lots of space on the inside of this.
Yeah, this thing is not even done yet. I'm just looking at the thrusts. Sorry, at the Wait, when was this thing given tail fins?
Last time.
Oh, the one I wasn't in for. Okay.
Yeah,
No,
I hope you've been feeling better since.
I mean, like it's got the general tail fin pieces in those
Yeah.
fins on the back.
Yeah, I thought that maybe they would be able to assist with turning, so that's why I put them there.
Yeah, they're doing something. They are producing only a little bit of force, but that's because the craft's barely moving at the moment.
I mean, every little bit probably going to help with that. At least that was my line of thinking when it came to that.
Yeah, that's fair enough. I was just looking at the forces graph, and I wasn't seeing any obvious reason for it to be having to constantly roll. Ah, damn.
Yeah, I don't know why it's doing that either. Right now, I'm just kind of working on the hull off and on.
Between the three of us that have tried to work on it, we've managed to mess up its control systems a little bit. I think that's all we can say. If this ship had a trait, it would be faulty stabilization. Sorry, that's from me playing Star Sector of late. So you know what I'm on about, don't you, Dama?
Yeah, how's that been working out for you? You said you had some issues with recording it?
Actually, it was recording fine, but then my game crashed after like 3 hours in, so it's like...
That's another one of those games that's kind of being put together by a small development team, so...
Yeah, there was a warning, but I think it's like... If it autosaved a lot more, it'd be fine, but apparently that's a known issue. It doesn't autosave anything like enough for people. But yeah, I'm going to try and record some Star Sector though, because the actual footage itself was fine. It's just when it crashed, it lost like 2 hours progress because I didn't realise it hadn't saved.
That's got to be a bit infuriating, not going to lie.
Yeah, though I have actually been poking around on my own for a while after that, and I've actually worked out what I'm doing a lot better. So I was filming a lot. Oh, I see my frame rate's going down a bit again. Oh dear.
So do you decide to go all space pirate, or what was your...
I don't have a goal, that's the thing. I don't know what I'm trying to do. I'm going to hang near the front for a moment, away from those big custom jets, see if that helps at all. Because whenever I go near them, my audio starts to stutter. So...
Really? Strange.
But then again, as we know, those things have issues with audio and things anyway. Let's see. Viking says it's changed his settings. because you noticed it was missing. Yeah, I've noticed that quite a bit from the depths Viking. Sometimes it just resets settings quite a bit, and actually it seems like if I'm away from those custom jets, it actually does seem to function a bit better.
Maybe it's the particle effects.
Maybe, but I'm actually on minimum graphic settings as well now, so those should be at an absolute minimum or outright off. But it wasn't an issue when I was installing the custom jets either, so I think it's combined with the size of the ship more than anything. So yeah, this is probably making my CPU cry, if I'm honest. And there's no way in hell I can afford to fix that, so... Anyway, right. Jaxie's also got a question. It's to you and me, Dama, actually.
Okay, shoot.
No, Jaxie doesn't want to shoot us. Don't know why, but he doesn't want to shoot us.
Thanks.
Jaxie's question is, when are we going to go back into Pimp My Ride mode?
Well, Ian, what do you think? I wouldn't mind getting back into that.
I wouldn't either. We did always say that it wasn't dead and we were going to come back to it. Though,
yeah.
I think between both of us having real life issues and your work schedule changing and things, we've actually... Yeah, that groan right there. We've actually... I've noticed this a lot, that we actually don't do very much together at the moment, just because my life's messed up, Dama's having a few things he's contending with as well. It's just like, we've not been able to get together and actually do stuff.
Yeah, it's not that we don't want to do it, it's just it's been kind of hard to get our schedules to jive well enough to be able to do it. If that makes sense?
Yeah, it makes sense to me. So it's just like, I think it all boils down to real life getting in the way. I mean, we were talking of doing that two-player co-op Avorian series as well. Since we both want to get back
we
into
got
that.
a lot of projects actually that we want to try co-op. And now that I think about it,
we still haven't done Tabletop Simulator to play Secret Hitler, but we need more players.
Oh
for that.
yeah, that'd be great.
We need more players for that one. So yeah, there's a bunch of stuff we've been wanting to do, but we've just not been able to actually find a way to do it just yet. And sadly, Pimp My Boat has fallen into that list. I mean, that's also where 7 Days to Die went as well. And things like that. I'm just hanging back watching the ship drifting to and fro as it tries to keep stable. Viking says, give that ship to me when it's done and he'll stabilise it for you, one way or another.
Dare I ask?
Sounds like violence might be involved.
Well, you get a big enough hammer, you could fix anything from what I hear.
True. Speaking of violence, Jaxia says that they want to send some fighter after the giant ship and see how well it fares.
I don't know, this thing doesn't have a whole lot of point defense. It'd probably do decent.
It doesn't have point defense. It would... Well, it's also not fully armoured as well. I mean, I was trying to work on the back area, but... I am honestly... I'm going to go near the thrusters again and we'll see if my computer wigs out about it. My audio is already glitching a little, so... yeah.
Well, if we were to caps lock it, that would keep the thrusters from firing, and maybe that'd make it easier on you?
Maybe. I don't know.
I don't know, I'm just trying to pitch ideas to try to make things easier on everyone here.
Well, I just caps locked it, so...
Well, let me know if it made any difference for you.
I'm watching the stream. The problem is that I've got a delay on it. So yeah.
Yeah.
Jaxia says that the fighters are fast and imprevisible. Imprevisible? I think.
What language is this you speak, Jaxia?
Imprevisible. I thought at a glance that was impressive, but it's like, no, it's imprevisible. It's like, Yeah. Viking saying if it has drone support, it'll be fine against fighters, which is a fair point. Actually, does this version have something fun I found in the most recent version? Oh, sadly it does not. Aww.
What are you looking for?
In the most recent updates of the game, there is actually a short-range laser.
Yeah, I know which one you're talking about.
So you've seen that one then?
Yeah, I've heard a lot of people talking about wanting to use it as a sea-whiz.
Yeah, it's for those that don't know, short-range laser barrel is one that replaces. Oh, my computer didn't choke actually with me being near the thrusters that time. So it's not the thrusters. At least not holding thrusters. I don't know. Okay. So yeah, the short-range laser. It's got a maximum range of 300 meters and a minimum range of 100 meters, and you set how far you want it to actually be able to work. And then between those, it scales like a damage modifier. So at 300 meters, it does double damage, and at 100 meters, it does quadruple damage.
Pretty nasty little piece of tech.
Yeah, I actually tried pairing it with an anti-missile control, and it didn't actually react to incoming missiles though, so it might not actually work for that. So I'm not entirely sure. Yeah, Viking is guessing what Jaxia meant. It says indomitable, impervious. Indomitable means it doesn't give up. Impervious, I don't think it'll apply because Jaxia said it was a fighter. So, I don't know. Anyway, weren't you wanting the AI core moved somewhere?
Yes, me and Matey were talking about putting it toward the back, actually.
It is in the back area, though. I mean, it's under the rear centre of mass.
Yeah, but all the AI bits and gubbins are still in this part with the stone here.
Yeah, that's what I mean. It is in the rear section.
Is there just like one AI in there, or what?
Well, I noticed when I press C that there's a bunch of extra AIs somewhere in this craft.
Yeah, I could tell you where it's at, but
no, we've got, according to this, we've got 5 separate AIs.
Okay, I see what he did.
One of them seems to be set to the Mjolnir, so I'm guessing that's the main forward cannon.
That's the laser, yes. I thought it was a fitting name.
No, that's fine. I mean, it makes me think of Iron Brigade, so yeah.
But yeah, this thing probably has way too many AIs. There is a
I think
place on.
I'm not sure what's. I don't know where they are and what they do. That's another problem with
They're
multiple
not
people
really
working.
doing anything right now. I know because I'm the one that installed them.
Oh, Jaxie says you cannot predict it moving. So I think evasive or elusive might be what Jaxie was trying to say.
Oh, okay. Some E word.
Problem is neither of those match up very well to what Jaxie actually said, so you know.
Well, good news is I can pull the AI components out of here. They're not really controlling much, so yeah, I'll just rip them out. It stopped moving, didn't it?
Wait, did you pull it out of the stone section underneath?
Yes.
Yeah, that's where the navigation control is.
Yep, I know that. I think I did anyway.
Well, it was the first AI we have set up, and we've got it flying with that AI, so yeah.
Yeah. But it doesn't. Well, it didn't really need directional, or it didn't need movement AI because I had it set up to use ACBs, but.
No, movement was just like, you know, movement. I don't know. If I unlock it then, will it float?
Should.
Yep, and it's not trying to turn anymore because it's not trying to maintain position. So actually there, that makes things a bit better, having the AI turned off. You know what I find funny about it? We didn't think of doing that earlier. I am... What does that say about us? Dama?
Sorry, I muted myself so I could, I had a bit of
A sneezing fit. Okay, no worries. Yeah, what does it say about us that we didn't think to actually disable the movement AI to cut down the noise and such?
Oh. Oh well.
One of those things. We are expert builders.
Seriously, we are. Honestly.
Yeah, we know what we're doing. You can trust us.
Most of the time we know what we're doing. Most of the time.
Does it float better now? About the same, honestly. It's just we don't have the constant turning and manoeuvring going on. So yeah, it's a benefit to have those things shut off. It hasn't improved things at all, though. I don't think. Because yeah, the roll thrusters are still firing constantly.
I'm wondering if we should just rip those all out and start from scratch, but
Sounds like effort.
a lot of effort. Though, got a thought.
Yep.
Could just disable the particle effects, make it look like they're not firing.
Yeah, that won't solve the core issue, though, will it?
I'm open for new ideas, but that's the best one I've came up with so far. Probably the simplest.
It'll be the simplest, but it doesn't get at the underlying issue. So, nice try, but not quite, I don't think. Oh dear. I'm at a loss of what to try and do, honestly, at the moment. So
Yeah, I'm not even sure why those are firing.
no, I mean like in general, like what should I contribute to the builds? Because we've got most, I've been doing hull shaping for most of these builds, and we've got all that. I don't know
Yeah,
if you want me bolting
I think
extra weapons
everyone's
in or
been
stuff
doing a
like
bit
that?
of hull shaping.
Yeah, I mean, I wasn't here last time, and you guys added that upper deck section. There is the lower section that still needs some work, but you guys have seemed to be turning that into something that's hanging a little bit forward at the front here, and then smoothing
Well,
it out
for some
towards the
reason
back
my
of it.
lambs got disconnected.
Someone might have accidentally built over a thing, so
Quite possibly. I don't know. I'll look at it later.
I'm reluctant to work on the lower hull, if I'm honest, because we haven't really sorted out what's inside it yet. You know?
I'm wondering if we could try placing an additional 2 engines to right back behind where the AI used to reside.
2 engines. How do you mean?
Yes. 2 fuel engines. Just to give this thing a little more power.
I can install a steam system.
I'd prefer to stay away from steam if possible.
Alright. What are these ACVs doing?
Those control movement, I think. If they're the ones I think you're looking at right now.
Oh, I see what these are. These ACBs are set to... yeah, these guys are set to do complex control.
Mm-hmm.
So right would be K. Yeah, this is the point. This is the point at ACVs.
Yeah.
I'll just adjust them to what the new controls are,
Okay.
just so they keep working again. J. That one. This one is executing up because this. This one's This one's slightly faulty. This one is responding to if there's no enemy within range.
Okay.
And since there's no enemy within range, that means it's constantly trying to go forward. It wasn't doing anything because I changed the settings, but still. That was a bit of a problem one, actually. So that one should be set to if the target is at 2100 to infinite, and that will function a bit more reliably. Yeah, sorry, I didn't mean to rain on what you've done here, but it's like
No, that's fine.
it's just with that one set that way, the vehicle will be constantly trying to go forward. Let's see. Viking is saying it says that people with thousands of hours forget to do the first step. Honestly, this is fairly true. Sometimes I make a missile, and I forget to actually install the fuel in it. So, yeah. I get too bent setting and maneuvering, setting the warhead, setting other stuff. I just forget to give the missile actual fuel before I test fire it for the first time, and it's like, why isn't this working? Oh yeah, it has no fuel in it. So, whoops. And Viking is also saying, does this thing actually need more power because it's got so much already?
I mean, you could really never have enough shielding if I'm to be fair.
Do we even have shielding?
We haven't had any shielding installed. Well, I have a little bit installed, but it hasn't been set up at all, so yeah.
Oh yeah, we're in a version of the game where shielding actually works. Okay, so the only problem is either we massively increase the power requirement, or we have to tunnel it into the armor and weaken the armor. It's only got 2 meter armor, metal as its standard armor though, so
yeah. I remember Wellner was saying that that's like paper, but
yeah, it was a Wellner that said that, wasn't it?
Yeah.
I think he was saying that it was basically no armor if it's on like a 200,000 odd material craft.
Well, if he was he talking about current, or was he talking about 2.4.9? Because the vehicles in 2.4, I mean, in current APS, it has way more kinetic damage. So,
well, the point's moot though, because this is actually like almost 700,000 in cost. So 2 meter of metal armor is probably on the light side for the most part.
That's more than likely true, yeah.
The only thing we can do is replace it all in heavy armor. So shall we get to it? I'm sure that'll do wonders for its performance.
And cost.
Yes. No. I so rarely use heavy armor. Viking says that is genuinely is paper in the latest dev branch.
Told ya.
Yeah. One of the many things I'm disappointed out in from the depths development.
A lot of people have been kind of disappointed in that, but
yeah. I just found some ACB set to the size of the fuel engines. Did you put those there?
Yes, that's to control the RPMs for when it's out of combat. That's all they do. Matey, I don't know what the hell you did, with my lamp system here, but it doesn't work on the front anymore.
I've got stripped away, so I'm coming to help. Where is the forward lamp set? Oh, is it? No, that's the main laser cannon there.
Yeah, I thought Matey said he partitioned the ammo more. Oh well.
Where's the primary core for the lamb system? Or does it work? Oh wait, I found it. Never mind.
Okay.
Let's see. Oh, I know what he did. I think what he did was
he was trying to tie in all the lamp systems so there would be more redundancy.
Now I think while messing around with the plating near the engines and improving their armor. Oh wait, no, hang on. Wait, there's a forward beam here, which is connected to something somewhere. somehow. I know, that's very specific now, isn't it? It's connected to something somewhere. Wait, then it bounces downwards? Oh, that's the... Oh, okay, yeah, I think I might have found the issue. Seems that there is a beam coming forward from the AMS core. Did that beam run the entire top spine of the ship when you built it?
Quite possibly. I don't remember specifically.
Okay, I'll check along the line here. Let's see. Does it have a link somewhere? No, it does not.
That's the main laser.
Wait, that is... Is this where it's meant to connect? Ah, that... Oh, here's the connection point. And there's nothing connecting to the connection point.
That could be an issue, yeah.
Okay, so, yeah. I found the neck piece at the front of the main laser. But there's nothing connecting that to the actual AMS cores. There's a cross piece back here. Was that the connection point? By the way, guys watching, I may have been messing around with lasers quite a bit, but I didn't actually do much in terms of helping to install this laser system. So I'm currently plumbing the depths of it, trying to work out what the hell's going on.
Best of luck to you with that, sir.
You see, even the builders don't know what the heck's going on, so yeah, that fills me with a lot of hope. Okay, that wasn't the connection points. Let's go back to the front again. That connects downwards. There's some extra transceivers in the sides here. Yeah, I think Matey just replaced whichever transceivers were linking forward. So, and the only one that looks like it was facing forward is the spinal thing that seems to be running partway along the center line of the ship. So I think if it's okay with you, I'll extend that so that it reaches the front section.
As long as it doesn't compromise the armor, sure.
It will compromise the armor a little bit. Well, actually, no, it won't really. What is this block? You're a square block. You're a 3 meter? Yeah, it looks like yeah, it's a turret base that's here. Replace those. Actually, that won't work. That won't quite work. There's a battery above it that I can adjust to try and fix this. Is the engine set up anyway? It is set to 0.2%. Does this thing have ACB regulating electric engine output?
I believe so.
Right, okay, so that will reset itself then. I'll move that back there.
Oh, matey, this thing doesn't have any freaking these forward-facing guns, they don't have any wireless controllers.
Once again, this is what can happen if there's a lot of people working on something.
This is true.
Because we're trusting each other to know what the hell we're trying to do. And we don't know what everyone else is actually doing, for the most part.
Yeah.
So.
It's okay.
Yeah, we'll work it out. We'll work it out. That's the forward laser link. Okay, so it comes along the center line. Here's the meeting point. Which is actually an empty space. Okay.
to.
Well, it's all connected at least, so... Sure, it's not... May not be the neatest, but there is still, Wait, that's not all connected. Oh, wait. There we go. There is still the central bridging point there, so that gets it across. Forward lambs are now connected.
Thank you.
Sorry, Jax. I didn't spot you were going, so yeah, have a good time.
Thanks for coming.
Viking says that starter ships are 200 to 300,000 according to the campaign. For starter ships.
For what campaign?
I'm guessing he means the Netta rework.
That makes sense.
But 200 to 300,000 is now a starter ship. Seriously? That is big.
I don't... yeah, that just...
That's a lot.
No. No.
Okay, was there
Crazy.
any other nodes that have been disconnected, do you think?
Not that I can think of. I think we have room for maybe like 4 more nodes with the setup that I got, and still have it be pretty effective.
We never installed any nodes towards the rear section either, because that area is still under construction.
What kind of shell did we decide to go with for the
Which ones?
these larger 500 mil cannons that are on the left and right side of the craft?
If I recall, we never actually managed to set that one up, because we were asking Matey about it and it never went past that. So I don't think it's set.
Some parts of the laser got disconnected back here. There we
where?
go. I fixed it. Don't worry about it.
Okay, right. I'm in the ammo bay. Let's see.
Yeah, we need an. I think we need a ammo customizer for these large 500 mil. I think they use 4 meter. Yeah, 4 meter autoloaders.
Oh, we got the 3 shell types. Wait, something's happened to the shells as well. If I'm reading this right, yeah, we've got two shells set to shape charge for some reason. We've got the hollow point HE. I remember now. Yeah.
Yeah, the hollow point HE. I think that goes in the.
Yeah, that's in the rapid fire one. I remember. I was setting these up and then I got interrupted and I think thoroughly distracted.
Oh, don't you hate it when that happens?
Yes, because for some reason I've got 2 shape charge sets. I don't think I did that, but that's apparently what's happened to it. So I'll switch the other one back to a squash head, which is what it was meant to be. Those smaller ones are 200s, aren't they?
Yes. Those were going to be like 200 mil by 2 meter squash rounds. And I believe the we haven't decided on what to make the big 500 millimeter ones, the 4 meter long shells.
I think that was this one that was next to it. They're 500s, you said, right?
Yes, they are 500 millimeter and 4 meter long.
I think that's what this next shell was going to be, but we were interrupted before it was ever properly configured. Let's
Probably.
see. We've got a... Do we have anything that's using a hollow point HE inertial? Because you guys added some guns when I wasn't around, so I'm trying to get caught up a little bit on that.
Yeah, I don't really know. I'm assuming the hollow point actually might be for the spam guns.
Spam guns?
Yeah, these 416 millimeter ones that he's got down here. Look at that rapid fire.
416s.
It's like at the chin of the
Yeah, found it.
craft.
Found it.
Yeah.
Ammo intake is set to hollow point, HE inertial, views eject. Yes, that is the one I was just looking at, thinking it might be for the 500s.
No, the 500 ones that I'm talking about, they're mounted to the left and right of the laser core.
Yeah, I know the ones you mean, but yeah, that's why I was going around hunting for our weapons. We don't actually have a weapon, sorry, an ammo set for those. We don't even have an ammo customizer for them.
No, we don't.
So yeah, we never actually managed to finish setting that up.
I mean, I could throw together something real quick. That's no big deal.
I'm here looking at it now. So, what shell do you think we should use for it?
I don't know yet.
You're just installing one there. Okay.
It's gonna be a 400 mil. I mean, not 400. It's gonna be a 500 millimeter, 4 meter long.
Let's see.
I'm wondering.
Viking is saying that the reason for that is like you can collect like about 290,000 before the Deepwater Guard attack you, so that's how big your starship could be. Doesn't mean it's how big it should be though, if I'm honest.
I don't know. I was able to get by pretty good with a couple
Also, do you
of.
have mirror mode on, Dama?
Yes, I do. Why?
You just overwrote part of the customizer for the thing.
Shit, I probably did.
You did. I'm just swapping it back to that
dang
now.
it.
There we go.
My bad.
That's fine. At least it was just the one that we weren't sure about, and mostly you didn't overwrite it. You only wrote the tip of it, so that's okay.
I'm just trying to think of what would be a pretty nasty 400 mil shell that we could have coming out of this.
500 mil, you mean?
Yeah, the 500. I'm sorry.
Yeah.
I use 400 so much. Yeah.
Yeah, I get it. Let's see. Existence says that he thinks the cost won't matter because you'll get more material anyway. At least Normal was saying something like that. That is true to a point, but you've got to earn that those spots to get the materials first, though, haven't you? So that is a slight issue. Then Shortest Viking points out that armor is really cheap, but the weapons are 5 times the cost, and Steam and RGs are viable. So yeah, there is some changes and things to what you should try and build.
Yeah, I thought steam engines did need an efficiency boost, but not when it came to nerfing fuel engines. I think that was the wrong thing to do.
Depends on which fuel engines. Are we talking like the super efficient ones that don't use any materials?
They use materials now.
Yeah, those did need a nerf, honestly.
Yeah, they made them to where at least they'll suck like at least maybe 1 fuel a second, something like that. But yeah, there's no such thing as fuel engines that never use any fuel anymore. So that's a moot point.
Yeah, true.
Maybe just. Actually, I've heard a lot of good things about EMP hash.
EMP hash?
Yes.
Okay, sure. Go ahead and try and put one of those together then. Yeah. What do you think I should do? Because I'm still at a loose end. Without our overseer, you're in charge.
I need a third AI, I think. I would like to have the option of being able to turn the large laser off and on just by turning on an AI on and off by hitting the C button. You see what I'm getting at?
I see what he's getting at, but where should I put it, seeing as you've stripped out the AI core at this point?
Maybe just put it with the rest of them?
I don't know where the rest of them are, that's the thing.
Oh. If you go to the very back of the craft, you'll see like a box back there that's made out of heavy armor and stone.
Wait, there's only 2 AIs there.
Yeah, I'd like a third one back there, please.
Right. But where are the other 2 AIs then?
I got rid of them.
Did it? Oh yeah, we've only got 2 AIs now. Huh.
Yeah.
Fair enough. Okay. Right, I'll do that then.
Let's see here. Casing. No. Metal.
HA, core, HA. Oh, I see how it's set up. Okay.
I thought that'd make. Okay. It's not going to work as well as I had planned. So we'll do this.
All AIs have a wireless snooper by default?
Yeah, that was Matey's doing. I think we only really need one though. And probably be the one on the channel 1 setting.
Well, actually, more snoopers does give more aiming points, so it does make the system more
Really?
accurate. Yeah.
I did not know this.
Yeah, each one's an individual detector.
Okay. Then, yeah, leave it. The more you know.
Yeah, so if you get enough wireless snoopers and your target does use transmitters, then you can get fairly accurate. So much better to use the other ones, though, but yeah. I just asked because one of the AIs didn't actually have enough processing on it to operate the snooper.
Okay. There should be additional attachment points for that in that little AI core back there.
Oh, I just accidentally deleted the target prioritization card. Whoops.
That's okay. I'll pop it back in there.
No, I'm just wondering if it was set up for anything.
The one that's on channel 1, that one is set up for fast, high-moving targets.
Yeah, anti-air. So
Yeah.
yeah, okay, right.
There's an AI breadboard in here with like nothing in it.
Yeah, remember I was trying to set up some stuff like that a while back.
Right. Okay. I just like, what the shit is this here for?
Well, if you remember, back in the first part, I was trying to install breadboard PID. And then we were getting very confused because of the craft's current tendency to ditch all over the place. And it's like,
oh god, that was, yeah.
So yeah, the issues we've been having with stabilization have actually been messing us up quite a lot the entire time. So
this is true.
And we never managed to fix it. So anyway,
No,
we have
not
got we now have 4 AIs in case we need that.
I have noticed that the AI seems like it has a little things like making sure that it's on the correct channel sometimes, because sometimes it acts like it's not connecting at all.
I can't say I've noticed
It's
that.
like, you haven't noticed that?
Oh wait, you said not connecting.
Yeah.
Actually, yeah, I have noticed that. Never mind.
Okay. So I'm not going crazy, or at least not more so than normal.
I don't know. I don't think normal's that crazy.
Crazy is relative.
This is true.
And sometimes your relatives are just plain crazy.
This is also true.
Alright, so I'm just expanding the availability of processing power substantially.
And my frame rate seems to have dropped again. There it is. So it does seem to be an intermittent thing, whatever's going on. It's
Yep.
we've not been able to identify an actual cause for it.
Is it bad that I gotta look up how to put in Mjolnir every time I want to figure out how to spell it?
Not really. It is an unusual word for most
Yes. There we go. Okay, so the third AI is going to be set up to Mjolnir, the laser. And I'll go up here to the front to make sure that it is on the proper channel.
people. Oh, Normal was actually listening and smiled when I said he's not that weird. Hi, Normal.
Everyone's weird
Welcome to
to
the
one
stream.
degree or another.
Yeah.
You either embrace it or you don't. It's as simple as that.
He says he's not crazy. Mwahahaha.
Define crazy. If you get.
Oh, Viking says that he's always said everyone who plays from the depths is a mad scientist. And that's why so many players clash with their ideal way of play. That
I can
makes
see a
sense.
lot of truth to that. Yeah.
Yeah, makes sense.
Yeah, it makes perfect sense actually.
Right, anyway, that's an AI box installed, so what's next?
See if you could do any work with the hole shaping on the bottom.
I said I was looking to do that because the area's not been finished, but okay. Anything in particular? Or just shape it?
Just kind of shape it for now.
Righty-ho. Just shape it. One phallic extension coming right up. No comment. Okay.
Not yet.
To be fair, I wouldn't normally do that anyway, so that's fine.
We could probably use like a layer of heavy armor. This box where I got all the detection stuff down here. So I don't know if I got enough down here for the missiles and the detection. Is there a way to find that out?
Not short of firing off a missile barrage. No.
Okay. I think just in case I'm going to expand the this little AI box here, in case we find that it needs more processing power. That should actually do right there. Awesome. I'm going to surround that with some heavy armor. And let's see here. Okay. So that, yeah.
Yeah, 39 material gain on the starting deposit. Yeah, normal. Have you noticed, by the way, that the material extractors only operate at 1 material per second? No?
Really?
I noticed that when I was I fired up like a few days ago. It's like why isn't my material the materials in the starting zone are not going down. What is going on? And then I checked, and it's like, oh, my extractors are only operating at 1 material per second each. And it's like, oh. So I need a whole bunch more of those. And it's like, how long has that been a thing? You know?
Uh-huh.
So yeah, they're doing something about to material extraction rate as well, because it used to be that I could tap out that central deposit with like 13 extractors or something, and it was like that for a long time. So yeah, something's happened to it.
Something is rotten in the state of Denmark. I believe that's how the saying goes. Don't quote me on that.
Yeah. That was a bit too steep. Okay. Viking says he's been meaning to build a stone castle fortress now that the stone blocks have all the proper shapes. Always wanted to build a historical castle. Well, I'm sure that the Onyx Watch would welcome your contribution, Viking.
Yeah?
Well, yeah,
that could actually be a very interesting build.
Yeah, I mean, they do the whole castle aesthetic thing, so, you know. I think a design like that would fit in very well with what they tried to do.
Yeah? I could totally see that.
I honestly have no idea what I'm doing with this, so I'm just like going, hell with it and building.
Well, sometimes that's what you have to do.
I don't enjoy feeling like it's a loose end now, if I'm honest. Oh, my fill function isn't working. Okay.
Maybe it doesn't work in multiplayer?
No, it started, but then it stops, and it usually does that if FTD's been running too long, or if it's multiplayer and the host thing interferes. So, yeah, it usually works out early on in a multiplayer game.
Now we got us a nice, big kind of bunker back here where all this crap can sit in and be safe.
And I've added a new underslung pod for whatever the hell we decide to do with it. So, and I'm just extending like the underside section a bit. We can use it to store our ammunition if nothing else. I'm sure it'll be perfectly safe down there.
Might be good for some aim point spoofing.
True.
Then again, I don't know if I would want to be drawing attention to this part of the ship, considering the all the processing for the detection is right above it.
Also true. There's no right answer, really, is there?
Not yet. And not with that attitude.
Hey. I know I've got an attitude problem, okay? Bugger off and stop bothering me about it. Was that the appropriate response there or something? I never know. Ooh.
I don't know, I was about to tell you where you could put it.
Fair enough. Hiya Hazeldan, welcome to the stream.
What's up?
And Normal says, I hope you mean a weaponized castle. Like it extends the bastions on spring arms and swats planes out the sky.
That actually would be kind of cool now.
I don't know, the moment you say that, I think of like, it's like I can see that castle climbing the Empire State Building with a damsel clasped in one of its claws. It's like, So it's like King Kong, but a castle. I don't know. That sounds kind of weird, actually. Let's see. Viking says it wants to have the tiered walls be drones and rotate around the keep. But he also says it's not for him to contribute to the game. Oh, I mean, it's like when I was joking saying the Onyx Watch would appreciate his contribution. It's like I know it's not something you're actually going to submit to Onyx Watch. I mean, it's like castles is kind of the Onyx Watch's thing.
It is.
Yeah. So that's what I meant by that.
Actually been looking forward to trying to get this thing finished as soon as I can. I mean, as much as I love working on it with you guys, I wouldn't mind moving on to some other things at some point.
Aww. Tired of our company already, Dama?
Not so as much that, it's just there's other projects we could be doing too, like the aforementioned Pimp My Boat.
This is true, yeah. This has kind of been surrogating for Pimp My Boat for a while, hasn't it?
It has, yeah. Not that I'm saying there's anything wrong with that, it just seems like it's kind of been monopolizing our time.
It has. Especially since we've had such limited time to actually do stuff together on From the Depths.
I know.
You know?
I'm still trying to figure out when I'm going to have time to record for my LP because my schedule is kind of out of whack right now. I'm trying to think of how I could redo it. One of the things I have considered though is, and I mentioned this on my Discord, is recording like maybe an hour of footage at a time because the battles are just getting so crazy long right now, and then just edit them down to where it's like a time lapse. Or at least that's something I've been considering. Any thoughts on that?
That is one approach to it, yeah. It's like, oh, my stream's gone to haywire again.
I mean, that's how I had to do episode 60, and it seemed like it turned out okay, but that was more out of a necessity because that battle just kept dragging out on and on and on and on. I was like, okay, I'm not going to make people sit through this crap. So.
Yeah, it's like, sometimes it's just like a bunch of it gets skipped because you don't have powerful enough vehicles in to like steamroll things, you know?
I did, but not particularly for that battle.
I also think that's also why From the Depths has a tendency to go towards bigger, better craft that massively outmatches the opponent, because then the battles don't last as long. That kind of stuff. Just looking at the side profile, and yeah, I think that having that extra pod at the back does help with the aesthetic a little bit.
Okay.
Because we've got some similar design features along the entire length, basically, so...
Mm-hmm. Actually, this rear portion kind of gave me an idea.
Which bit?
I'm kind of building out on the back of it where the AI is mounted.
Yeah. Oh, I see.
Something I see a lot that the Grey Talons do is something similar to what I am about to do here. Air. I'm probably going to go back and change the aesthetic of it, but just to give you an idea of what I am thinking about, something like that, just for extra turning.
Yeah. I got you. Yeah, I see exactly what you're trying to do.
Yeah, something like that.
For balancing, 1, 2, 3. We've got 7 turning thrusters at the front. So if you want to actually neutralise the turning forces, we need 7 on the back.
Do what now?
As in, if you want to make the turning force from the nose-mounted engines neutral along the x-axis.
Well, why would we want to do that?
Sorry, neutral on the z-axis. It just helps it to turn. Well, I find it helps designs turn more smoothly, having forces like at either end of it. Also turns faster. So yeah, there is that too. And it would also. It would remove the tendency of like it to like swing around a bit, but it depends on the vehicle design how effective it actually is. Yeah, bank of 8 thrusters at the back. Yeah, I can see exactly what you're trying to do.
I mean, it probably is going to need a little aesthetic work to him, which is what I'm working on right now. But yeah, I think this will. Oops.
Yeah.
I know what I'm doing, honestly. Oh, and I'm getting pretty close to hitting the 100 subscribers that I've been shooting for. Whoops.
Hey, good going. Yeah, I've got those top ones set up as well for you.
But the question is, do we like how they look?
Right now they look like they're bolted on because it does not work into the thing itself, but I can see exactly what you were trying to do.
I'm thinking if we round off this bit back here...
I'm thinking drop it one lower so that the centerline is actually in line with the that rear wings shape that's going on between the main engines.
That could be done, yeah. Let me prefab it.
Also, do we want them all in a big bank of 4 like this, or do we want like sorry, a big bank of 8? Do we want 6 and then 2 underneath, a little bit lower down, or something?
I don't know.
So it's not doesn't stick out as far, but it's still got the same kind of turning thrust on it.
What do you think would be best?
I think it might look a bit better if it wasn't sticking out quite as far.
Maybe take off like 4 on the end of it?
I was thinking like cut off the rear quarter, then have those thrusters underneath, so it stretches it downwards a little bit.
Okay. So I'll go to about...
Because to be honest, sticking out like that, it does kind of stand out compared to the rest of the thing at the moment.
It does seem a little out of place, doesn't it?
Yeah. Have you got your prefab?
Yep. So yeah, you could just chop that off. There we go. Okay, prefab. And you said we should try lowering it a block? Yeah, that makes
at least,
sense.
yeah, so that center line would be, yeah. Viking says you should make those thrusters in a vertical arc rather than sticking out like that. He doesn't know, but that's just his way of shaping things. Yeah, that's more along the lines of what I was thinking as well. But right now, I think we're doing rough placement. This isn't final. Is that right, Dama?
Pretty much.
So I was thinking of doing something a bit like that.
Is it kind of what you had in mind, where it'd be shorter and move down one?
Yeah, and then you see I put some thrusters underneath it as well.
Okay.
But yeah, this area has not been shaped at all. This is just like basic placement at the moment, I think.
For lack of a better term, yeah.
Yeah, just figure out what we're trying to do. Ideally, I'd like to actually get this thing merged into the rest of the tailplane, but this entire bit's still under construction still, so we don't have a final shape nailed down for it.
What do you think of that, just kind of rounding it off like that?
Yeah, it looks okay. I kind of want to move the thrusters out from the center line a little bit.
You want to widen it?
Yeah, widen it and then merge it into this the existing parts of the whole shape as well.
Okay. Yeah, we can do that.
So like increase the angle so this curves into it a bit more and then meets the actual thruster signs and stuff like that.
Okay. Well then, let's tear out the middle then. Get some thrusters back out.
Now, to be honest, I'm kind of feeling like I want to actually finish the stream, so sorry about that.
Okay. No, you're fine.
Nah, it's part of what's going on with me is I don't have much energy because I'm very tired, so it's like at least I know what to try and do when we do the next part on this.
Yeah.
But I don't want to cut it short for you.
No, you're fine. I only got like 3 people watching mine right now anyway.
I've wound up with 9 somehow.
I think it's because remember my phone screwed up, and I think they all just kind of migrated over to yours.
Yeah, I think that though mine has had some issues with being a bit choppy and a few low res moments as well. I think as well. So I don't know.
Yeah, if you feel like you're ready to wrap things up, I'm cool with that.
Alright, Viking. At the moment, this thing costs 712-ish. The price is fluctuating about just over 710,000.
In all fairness, that's probably about the price of a tier in this version of the game. So, yeah.
Is it a good price? I don't know. Oh, Viking says that's his bad. He talks too much. What? I don't even.
Who talks too much?
Viking, I think he's trying to accept blame for you not having many people in your stream or something. I don't know. Hiya Clint, welcome to the stream. Though I get the thing you've been here watching for a while. So yeah, sorry if I missed when you came in.
He's kind of on the butt end of it.
No, I think he might have been here for a bit. Though the moment I said that, I think I'm going to stop. I lost like 4 watches or something like that.
Yeah, I could see that.
Yeah. But yeah, I think I'm going to call my stream here, ladies and gents. So yeah, sorry about that.
Yeah, no biggie.
Are you going to continue your stream, Dama, or are you going to?
I think I'm going to try carrying on just a little bit here. I'm going to try working with this back end a little bit more, but then I'll probably call it after that.
Alright guys, so my part in the build today seems to be done, but Dama will be continuing the build for a little bit longer on his stream. If you guys want to continue watching him, then you can see what he's doing over there. Let me just see if I can find a link for it.
There should be one up in the announcements on my Discord.
Yeah, but I'm going to put one in the chat, so that
Gotcha.
so that they have a direct link. If it's if they don't know, if they're not on the Discord or and things like that, so yeah, they can go there. There we go. Links in my chat. So yeah, if you guys want to keep watching the build for a little bit longer, Dama will be working on it on his stream.
Yep. Feel free to drop on in and say hello.
Indeed, yeah. But yeah, thanks for watching. I hope you guys have enjoyed the show, and sorry I got a bit distracted and there's been some poor quality issues, but that's just how things have gone this time, I'm afraid. So yeah,
Yeah, thanks for dropping by and helping out.
hey, no problem. Yeah, see you guys
Hopefully,
later.
maybe a stream or two more, and we'll be done with this damn thing.